Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. In this very tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create this design, how to create this sign in and sign up design. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share with your friends. If this is your first time of using Figma or you're new to Figma, first of all, you have to register to sign up on the Figma page. So you have to go to Figma on Google. You have to go to figma.com. I have it opened already. So if I'm to go to Figma, it's going to take me right into the page. So you just search Figma, which is figma.com. So you can actually sign up here. It's a free tool. So you can sign up here and then you log in. So once you log in, you have this page open. So the first thing to do is to create a frame. A frame is like a layer where you drop your objects to make your design or to create the user interface you're working on. So you come right here and you click on the frame. So the frame, let's make use of the Surface Book, and then we'll adjust it a little, close it in a little. Okay, let's add up a text right here. I'm going to add a text right here, and we'll call this the sign in. Okay, I don't want this on capital. Sign in. And then we'll increase the font size, so 72. Then we can change the fill as well. We'll change the fill to blue. I think this is okay. Now take note, when changing the fill, you have to highlight what you want to change, or you just click on the object right here. On the left hand side, which is this panel over here, we have the objects that the layers, the objects that are created on this particular layer. Now on the right hand side, we have the properties of the objects. So you can change the color, the size, the text, the type of the text, and also add some things to the objects. So right here for the fill, you can hover around until you get the exact color that you want. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. I think this is okay. Now so this is this. Now the next thing to do, I'm going to create a circle. So I'm going to use the ellipse to do that. And let me take this, the width should be 86 and the height should be 81. I think that should give me a perfect shape. Okay, this is good. Now I'll need to copy this and paste. Now take note, once I'm going to paste again, you can see it paste ellipse 3, and right here you can see I have ellipse 1, ellipse 2, and ellipse 3. So I have 3 objects and altogether 4 objects on this layer. Now once you copy and paste using the Ctrl+C and the Ctrl+V short key, it's going to drop right on top. So to move that, you now have to do what? Pick it, come right there, and then you drag it out. Now also take note, once you are dragging or you want to create an array of objects, or you want to place objects side by side, you also take note of the measurement to make sure that you have the same spacing in between. So you can see me trying to move this now. It's going to tell me, okay, I now have a perfect spacing in between. I have 38 between the first ellipse and the second ellipse, and between the second and the third ellipse I have 38 at this point. So I can drop it right here. So I can drop it right here. Now I'm going to highlight this, and then I'll move it together right here and drop it right here. And then I'll need to change the fill. The fill, that is the background color of this circle, of this object. So I'll take it to white, and then also take note, once you take it to white, it's as if it disappears. Now note the background, the original background of this layer is what's white. So taking this object, putting this object to be white also makes the object to look a kind of invisible, but they are still there. So you just highlight them, or in a case where you can't find where they are, you come right here and then you pick them, shift, and then you pick the object and they are highlighted. So I'm going to add an effect right there, a drop shadow effect. Okay, you can see, we can now see them right there. Now the next thing to do, we're going to create a test. We'll make this test, and the font size should be 48. It's too big. Let's take it down to 48, and then I think that is okay. So I'm going to drop that, bring it into the circle. Now I'm going to add another test right here. We'll call this G plus for Google accounts, and then we're going to add another test right here for the third box. So I'm going to bring this down to, okay, the font size is 48. I need to take this to the width should be 86 by 56. I'll make this 18 instead. 18. Okay. And then this as well. I'll fix this end here. Okay, I think this is perfectly fitted. Let's look at the effects at the ellipse and see if we can add another effect right there. Okay, I think the drop shadow is better. Okay, so I'll make use of the drop shadow, and now another thing, we can group these together to ensure that we can move them together and it will not scatter. Okay, we can group this together. So to group this together, you highlight all, and then you go to group selection, or you use the short key Ctrl G. So you can now move this together. You can see that. And the next thing to do, we are going to add a text right here, and we're going to say, or use your email account, or use your email account, and we're going to take that to 24. I'm going to use the font size 24. Okay, now the next thing to do, we're going to create a box using the rectangle. For the username and password. Now for this, we'll have to adjust the corner radius. You can see just have 4 sharp corners. So I would love to give it to adjust the corner radius. So to adjust the corner radius, you do this, and then you copy and you paste. Remember, once you paste, you can see that I have 2 rectangles, rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Remember, once you paste, it drops right on top of that object. So you drag it down. Now we're going to add, let's work on the fill. Let's work on the fill. That is okay, but you can make it lighter. Can make it lighter. This is okay. Now we're going to add a test right here. Email, and then we'll add another test right here. Password. Now we also need to add an icon here. An icon here. There are 2 ways of bringing in icons. You can either go to Google and you can search mail icon, and then you can now have, you can see we have different icons coming up right here. So you can pick any of them and save the image, and then you import the image into here. But Figma is a great tool, and it has made this so much easy. So to bring in icons, you can do this. You right click, and then you go to plugins, and then you click on Iconify. Let me take it again. You right click, you go to plugins, and then you go to Iconify. So once you click on Iconify, this comes up. So you can search email. You can search for emails. Oh, okay. You can see it comes up. You also have can there's also a list there. You also have so many of them right here. So I'm going to go with the very first one. So once you click on that, you go to import icon. You can see right there on the background is there already. So the next thing to do, I'm going to go to search for password. Okay, I'm going to make use of this first one. So you click there and go to import icon. So we have it right there on the desktop. So let me close this. And then I'll pick this, the email here. You'll bring it right here. Now, once you move a particular object, you're trying to drop it on another object, and it seems as if the object is not coming. This is not coming or it's not showing. So this is what you do. You come, you right click on that object and you click on bring to front. It now comes forward. You can see that right here. Same thing applies when you are bringing an object and you want to overlay it. You want to drop it on another object. Same thing happens. So if you want to take this backward, you just click there and go to send to back or send backward. But right now we want it to be right on top. So same thing with this. Once you bring it here, I can now click on the what? Bring to front. Another way of doing that is also clicking on the object we have right here on the rectangle on the password box. So you can just right click there and then you now have what? Send to back. So this sends to back, which means this comes to the front. So either you click here, bring to front, or you send this to back. It does the same thing. So we're going to adjust this a little. Okay. Let's also adjust this a little. Okay. Now the next thing, we'll need to change the fill. That is the color. We'll need to change the color. I can change this, the text. So you highlight them and then you come to fill. So you come and select this. Has to be a little bit faint. Okay, I think this is okay right here. Okay, we have this now. Okay, the next thing will be forgot password. We're going to add another text right here. I'm going to say forgot password. Click here. Now we'll change the color of this click here. Now, when trying to get a particular color, I'll need something like blue, but I'll need to use the exact color I used right here. So to get that color, I can come here, click on this picker, and then come right here and pick that color. That same exact color comes up right here. So this also works. Now the next thing to do, I'm going to create a button using the rectangle tool. Then I'll work on the corner radius as well. Just straighten it up a little. So on the corner radius, and then I'm going to add a text right there. So sign in. Then I'll change the font size. So that's too big. 48. I think 48 is okay. So that is okay. I can still increase this as well. Okay. Then I'm going to change the fill, the color. I want to pick this same color as well. Okay, I have it right there. No. I'm going to use white. Let me make use of white right there. And then the background color, I'm going to make use of blue. Now also come right here and then you click on the angular tool, and then you adjust this way. And come to angular tool. Now right here, I can now cover this up. Okay, so we have this right here. So we have this right here. Let's also work on this button again, the corner radius. Let's strengthen it up. Okay, I think this is okay. Okay, back to this test. Let's change the color of this test. So to get to that, you click here, you drop down the group, and then you get into them. It's too dark. Can narrow them up a bit. Okay, I think it's okay there. And then let's make this bold. Yes, I think this is so much better. Okay, let's also change the color of this. Let's pick this color. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, let's bring it up somewhere. Okay, this color is okay. Let's also use that color right here for the first forgot password. Now take note, because we have this one box, this one test, we have two colors, so you have to highlight the exact part of the test that you want to change the color, so you don't just pick the whole test and do that. So I'm going to paste the color right here. Okay, so I have this. Then let's adjust and make sure that everything is in place. Let's group this as well. Let's group this together. Right click, go to group selection or Ctrl G. Then we'll have it right here. Then the button as well. Right click and then a group selection. And have this. Now let's adjust this. Can adjust this a little. I think the size is okay. And the next thing, we are going to highlight all this together and centralize it. So bring it to the center. Okay. Now that is for the sign up page. So we're going to create another frame. Create another frame from this point. From this point to somewhere here. So take this up a little. And take this down a little. Now we're going to add a shape here. Let's use the ellipse shape. We'll have something like this. Put it in there. Then we'll change the color to blue. Okay. Dark blue. Then let's change the color, the back color of this frame to something very light. Okay, I can go with this for now. Now let's click here and bring this to front. Okay. Okay, let's also add that same shape right here. Add another one right here and take it in. Then we'll add another one, a big one. So increase the width by dragging this end. By dragging this end. Then when you double click, now you have the option to do this. So you can do this way. And then you come to the other points here. And then you can adjust this a little. And then to this point, you can do something like this. And then back here, adjust this a little bit. Can we have a point right here? So you double click. To get access to those cardinal points, all you have to do is to double click. Okay. Now let's come back to this previous one. Let's change the fill, the color we have there. I'll take something light. Okay. This should go. Let's come here. We'll change this color to something like this. Then let's add an eclipse right here. Also add some effects, a drop shadow effect, an inner shadow. And then we'll change the color. Okay, we have this color. We can drop it right here. Let's work on this shape a little. Let's see if we can. Okay, let's move the other eclipse, the other ellipse, the last one. We'll bring it down somewhere here. Now let's add another one. We'll add another ellipse right here, and then you double click. We'll have something like this. And then we'll adjust this end. Let's take it back in. So once you want to move this, you make sure you are using this point. So you can now move the points. Once you click here, you come right here. You want to bring it down, you come this way. If you want to take it up, you go that way. And then something like this. Okay. Now we'll click on this shape and change the field to something like this. And then we'll come to the effects. No, sorry, not the effects. We'll go to the layer and make that transparent by, okay, we go to overlay. We'll go to overlay. We'll go to overlay. Then we'll also add another one. Let's add another one right here. Sorry. And this is the last one. Let's add, let me delete and add another one right here. Okay. So to adjust the sides to get the perfect shape you're looking for, you double click right there, and then you now have the options to do this. Okay. Let's move this image right here, and then we go to color. I think let's go to orange. Okay, and then we go to overlay. Overlay. Oh, that's looking so bad. We need to change the color. Okay, something like this. Then we go to overlay. No, that's bad. Okay, we have this now. Now let's increase the size of this as well. Okay, you can see that effect coming in right there. Now the next thing to do, we are going to add a text. We're going to add a text, and we'll say welcome back. As you can see, the text is right there, but the font size is very little, it's very small. So we highlight and then we come right here and increase the size to 62. Let's bring it up to 72. 72 is okay. but we have to make it bold. Yeah. Let's see. 96. Okay. We can leave it at 96. Sorry. I'll leave it at 96. I'll leave it at 96. Then we'll add another test right here. And we're going to say enter personal details to your employee accounts. Or, as you can see, that's too big. So we're going to reduce that to 36. Then we can also make that shorter. Enter your personal details should be on one line. Then 2, let's also centralize that. So to centralize this test, to make it to be in the center, what you have to do is to come right here to the test part of the property, and then you see the option here to centralize, to align it to the center, and you can see. Let's also increase the size a little. 48 is okay. 48 is okay. Then we'll add a button right here using the rectangle. Also add a button, and then a test inside the button. Okay, before we add the test, let's adjust the corner radius of the button. So to work on the corner radius, you just have to come right here and key in the figure you want. You can take it to 100, but let's see what 100 will look like. Okay, this is 100 now. I think it's okay. So let's add the test now. Sign up. Sign up. Now let's change the fill to white. White will be so much better. Then let's adjust this. You can also increase the font size to 64. Yeah, I think this is much better. Then the fill. Okay, now you click on the rectangle, which is for the button. You click on the rectangle and come to pass and come to the layer. Okay, we have this. So you can click on the rectangle here and change the layer property. So you can take it to darken. You can see it changes a little bit, and that's okay. So if you don't have any particular color or layout in mind, you can actually go through all of them, multiply. You can see this one is also looking very good. You can take it to color bond. It's looking very good. You can see the button, and also the sign up is also faint, very faint, so that's not so good. You can take it to different. You can see, wow, we have another color right here and it's looking so good. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to be using this, or can make use of multiply. Yeah, I think this is okay, so I'm going to be making use of this. Now let me add a little bar right here. I'm going to add a little bar right here, and then we're going to make use of this color, the pick. Let me pick this color right here. Now you see this. Now I'll also take the effects. I'm going to add a drop shadow effect, inner shadow. Let's make it a drop shadow effect. Now we actually want this ball or this circle right here, this object right here, to be on the background. So what do? You right click on that and then you go to send backward. Send backward. Send backward. You right click and you go to send to back. You can see right there, it's now on the background. You can see it right there. We now have it on the background. Now let's come back to this. We are going to adjust the corner radius of this as well. The corner radius of the login, and then also the corner radius of the frame. The second frame as well. Now we are going to add another frame to host this. Okay. Okay. And let me pick this frame, highlight this frame, and adjust it to right where we want it. Okay. And then I'm going to change the background color of this frame. Now let's also adjust this text a little. Okay. So we have this now. When someone wants to sign in, they can come in right here and key in their email and their password. Then if someone, for the first time of someone visiting the site, the person can actually come right here and then click on the sign up to join the page. By the left hand side here, we have the frames you have created, and then we have the objects that you have also created on the layer. Then right here, we also have the what? Properties of those objects. Just like I said earlier, if you are going to create a test right here and you are going to write something about this test, if you want to work on this test and you want to change the color, you come to the property. You want to change the font size, you come to the property. Anything you want to do about this particular object right here, you have to do that on the right hand side, which is the property panel. Then on the left hand side is where the object appears. You can see it right here, right on top, BHDF test. Now also you also have the option to disappear, like to hide the object. It's right there, but it's hidden. Maybe you don't have need of it right now, so you can just do what? Close it up. But in the case where you want to use it, you still come back there and click, and then it becomes visible. Then on the right hand side here, this is where you have the ability to align your frames to however you want. Align your frames to however you want them. So right here we have the positioning, and then here we have the width and the height. And width and the height. Right here we have the layer. You have the different properties for the layer. Right here we have the text. Everything about the text, the type of the font, the font's name. You have the font type, and then we have also the font size right here. We also have the aligning, the way you can align your text. And then we have the fill, which deals with the color, either the background color or the color of that object. And then we also have adding a stroke, the effects, and then finally we also have export. So in a case where you want to export this design, all you have to do is to come click on the exact frame you want on, or on the exact object you want to export. You click right there, and then you scroll down here, and then you click on export. So once you come down to export, now you can actually click on export frame 2, but it's much better, it will be much better if you take this to 4x. That will increase the quality of your design. So you can now click on export. You also have the option to do what? Preview. To preview what you want to export, and you're going to see what it looks like down here.